Of late, if there has been one player who is busy winning tournaments and gaining rating points in Indian chess, it has to be D. Gukesh. The youngster won two back to back events, first at La Roda and then the Menorca Open, and is in tremendous form. He has popped up his rating to 2660, is now India number 6, world number 80, and he's not even 16 years old. He's just 15 years and 11 months old. So it gives me immense pleasure to welcome this boy of the moment, Gukesh. Hello, Gukesh. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Gukesh, two back to back tournament victories after missing out several tournaments on tiebreak. Must have felt good.
Yeah, the last 4 or 5 tournaments that I was playing, I was always running for first place, but in the end I was missing out. So yeah, it felt good to win 2 tournaments.
I remember you played national championship where you were tied with Arjun and
Yeah.
Indian, but with Arjun you lost out on tie breaks, so you came second. Then at Delhi
Mm.
Open, you again tied with Arjun, again missed out on the tie breaks. In
Yeah.
Reykjavik, you were winning your last round game with Pragg, which might have given you the title, but
Yeah.
you lost that winning game and you were pushed back. Any more events that you missed?
Um, Not really. I
I
think
think
that's
these
it.
three were you
Yeah.
were almost going to like at the top. But with Prague, it was especially difficult because you could have won the title in Reykjavik, and just one
Yeah.
more blunder, you were dominating throughout the game.
Yeah, it was a great game and I was very proud of it actually. But then of course I missed Knight D1 and then
Yeah.
it was huge time trouble and okay, I saw Queen G4 Rook G1. I thought
Okay, 1 minute.
Knight E2.
Let
Yeah.
me see if I can pull up
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah, so first when I played Queen D4, I missed Queen F5.
Here you missed
Um,
Queen F5 that he could move.
yeah,
That you can't take this anymore
because
because
Rook
of.
G2.
Uh,
Yeah,
and then this is a draw.
yeah. So after I missed this, I kind of panicked a bit,
Hmm.
and then after Queen F5, I thought just Queen E5, Queen G4, Rook G1, and I'm safe. Because Knight E2, I have H3.
Yes.
But here I just missed Knight D1, and yeah, it's just mute.
And it must feel like so bad because it's like you've dominated the game for 36 moves and then on 37th move it's all
Yeah,
over.
yeah. It happens sometimes, but yeah, it was really heartbreaking.
I know that you, how did you recover? Because your next round was like immediately in 2 days or so.
Actually, I finished the game around noon, and the next game started at next day evening.
Okay,
So
1 day only. You had only 1 day.
yeah, and we had to travel also. So
So what did you say to yourself? Were you upset that entire day or you just brushed it off?
I was actually quite surprised how quickly I recovered
Hmm.
after the game because okay, I mean, I was very upset,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
I was very upset for around 1.5 hours, but then I kind of calmed down and I was normal again, which I was very take a lot of time to recover from this. But
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah, it was faster than I expected.
Do
So
you think having another event planned helped in that respect?
uh, at that time after the game, I wasn't really thinking about the next event. So
Okay.
I don't think that really contributed. But yeah,
Right. But definitely that recovery was important because the next tournament that you played was the La Roda Open. And there you faced Pragnananda once again. And that happened in one of the sixth round, I think, against him.
yeah, sixth row.
Yeah, you played him in the sixth round, and this time you had the black pieces. How was that game?
Uh, it was quite complicated.
Hmm.
I showed a, I mean, I played a rare line which Firouzja used recently. Um, I wasn't really expecting two knights, so
Hmm.
I kind of vaguely remember this lines. Just I was mostly playing with some brief ideas in my mind.
Right.
Um,
So what
and then
was
I got a
Firuza's
decent
idea?
position. Yeah, so basically this line, yeah, this d4 and knight e7.
This pushing
This is not
d4.
very common.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You generally keep your structure like this,
yeah,
and you put maybe like something like that. Bishop goes to b4 sometimes, but you
yeah.
pushed and you played this, and then I mean,
I mean, I thought it was during the game. I thought I was better, but it was hard to prove anything. Objectively, also, it is just equal. It seems.
ah,
So, yeah, what I did was very logical. Knight b3, knight c4. And here I made a very bad move. Queen b6 was not very good. I think I should have played knight a4 or something.
hmm.
Bishop d2 and then knight d7. It's still a complicated position, but black shouldn't be worse.
Right. But you played this up to 26 minutes.
Yeah, usually after long things, it's generally a bad move. So, yeah.
Oh, and why is this
So,
so
and
bad?
also the thing is, my idea behind queen b6 is to stop him from castling. And if he goes bishop e3, I have knight d3 check. Rook d3 and I win a pawn.
Hmm.
So this was my point. And I also mainly considered rook b1. But I think here there is a very strong move, king f1.
King f1.
Yeah, which I completely missed when I played queen b6.
Wow.
So the thing is, if knight b3,
Threatening bishop e3 now. So
yeah, threatening bishop e3. So knight b3, a b3. I have to take, I mean, because he'll just,
yeah,
I don't have
otherwise
anything
he
for the
he
attack.
can get this and rook is open.
Yeah.
So you take.
And queen b3, like let's say bishop e3, queen c3, king g2. And I thought this must be a deadly attack.
Hmm. Hmm.
So Pragg missed king f1 also.
I was just looking at this game with engine.
Hmm.
I don't think you check your games with engine, yes? After they are over.
Yeah,
You haven't
not
done
until
this.
no,
Now.
not yet. Yeah.
So this move. I
Now the
don't.
point is to take and bishop e3. Or
Yeah. So if you take now bishop e3, and if knight takes,
I
then
have
bishop
taken
takes
queen f5.
and queen f5. So
But
f6 is.
yeah, but bishop e3, knight e6 I can go. No?
So here, knight e6, and maybe then castles. And maybe, I mean, white is doing well here,
Hmm.
perhaps. I don't know.
Queen c7.
Yeah, perhaps this is not huge. Maybe
Hmm.
bishop f2, but this seems like giving white a very healthy edge, but not so easy for us humans to assess, perhaps.
Yeah, I still don't see the point actually, but maybe the h5 pawn is just too weak.
Yeah, yeah, maybe, or maybe I don't
Hmm.
know. Just yeah, possibly. There could be many different factors, but
Yeah.
he went rook b1, knight h7, king f1.
Yeah, so knight h1 is also kind of an odd move, yeah, because
Yes,
generally want to play knight d7, um,
but you want to get your
but
knight like this. Sorry.
yeah, because knight d7 he has bishop e3. So if I go knight h7, then if he plays bishop e3, I can just take on
Yeah,
b3.
not blocking the file.
Yeah. So knight h7, king f1, knight f. Yeah, I think yeah, bishop e3. Here my initial point was bishop c5, but then after he goes bishop d2, I'm not in time to get my like ideal position. Yeah, knight f6, king g2, and then I'm not in time for queen c7. He'll just
This
take
is
on
hanging.
c5. Yeah,
So queen
so I went queen
c7.
c7.
He snatched the pawn.
Yeah, and here I think I played a very good move, g7.
You played a. You think it's a great move?
Yeah, because let's say knight c3 if I had gone. He goes rook c1, and let's say if knight f6, there is queen f7, so knight e2. Here king e2, and it's just very hard to see what black. Um,
Sorry, king e2.
and it's very hard to see what black is doing. Yeah? I have to open some files in front of his king.
So g6. He went back. But if he had taken,
And yeah,
check.
king b8, let's say. And
And then trying to put the king
I
on
thought I'll get a
g2.
lot to play. I think the video is a bit.
Yeah, I think your internet has some issues.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I think the internet is a bit lagging.
Now it's good.
Okay. So bishop d2, I was planning knight f6. Um, okay, queen e6. Yeah, maybe it's just strong.
But I think what you did is humanly very strong, right? Because I think
Yeah,
people would not want their king to be totally exposed. So Pragg went back,
yeah.
and now you took rook c1, knight b5.
Also, knight b5 was not very good, I think.
Yeah, you could have taken on e2.
Yeah, and here he has to take with the king. And I don't know, like
Knight f6.
knight f6. Yeah. Here at least I have some g6 and I have some play on the king sides.
Yeah,
Should have
knight
gone for that.
b5, king g2, knight d4.
Yeah, now
Okay.
this is just concretely very bad, I think, because bishop f4. Here e5 is just very strong.
If I take,
Bishop e5, queen e5, fg6, fg6, and rook c6 is, I think, winning for white. And
oh,
king b8, rook b1, queen c7, bishop g4.
so you opened this up and then this. Wow, that would have
I think
been.
he had the same f take g6 first.
He had the same idea, but you intermediately took and played this. So Gukesh, after you were losing, like you had a winning position against Pragg at Reykjavik, you had completely lost position here in La Roda. So it kind of balanced out, right?
I wouldn't say so because I lost that game and here it was only a draw. And also that position was like, I mean, here, okay, it was a complicated game and he had a few moments where he could have done better to win, but there I just completely outplayed him and um okay, it was basically whatever I play except queen d4, I'm still winning. So,
Hmm.
uh, that was yeah, that was just very bad.
But here, Pragnananda, what did he do wrong exactly that he lost? I mean, he lost his advantage and drew the game.
I think he just mixed up the move order.
Hmm.
Like FG6, he took first, forgetting that I could take on F4. But yeah, if he had played E5, I think it was close to losing. I mean, bishop E5, take, FG6, FG6, rook C6. I can't take on B6, so I would have gone king B8.
Yeah, because after take, if queen c7, there is bishop g4 and rook b1, and it's over. So I have to go king b8.
So king B8, he can take on G6. He's one pawn up. I mean, have some play, but it should be winning for him.
Hmm. Hmm. Correct. So he took here. You exchanged,
Yeah,
and even this position is better for him.
yeah, it should be better. So E5, rook E8. And
Here,
there was one moment where he could have clearly done better. So rook E7, rook E2.
yeah. Can you speak a little louder, like your phone near you?
Yeah. So rook E7, rook E2.
Yeah.
And here I thought I have to start pushing my pawns to create some play. And I think here he made a very bad decision to start play on the king side, because he's already much better on the king side, and he could have gained one or two tempos with a4.
Mm.
Could have worsened my structure over this.
So you can't get b5 c4 easily.
Yeah, and then he can do what he wants on the king side.
So he went h5 here,
H5 and rook g.
and I think now your position is much better, like much better in the sense much better
Yeah.
than before.
Mhm. Yeah, now I just start pushing my pawns, and there's a lot of counter.
And you agreed to a draw here.
Yeah, it was mutual time trouble, and I didn't want to. I didn't feel like risking it.
Mm.
I could have played on it with c4 if I wanted to. It's still a complicated game, like king f4
Right.
and knight b6 or something. It's still a game.
Yeah. So you drew this game, and then in that tournament, your last round game was very important. Then you won against Renteria. You also beat another 2300 player. Then you were playing against a strong GM, who's also a very good trainer, Mikhalevski, in the last round.
Mhm.
And I think this was an important game.
Yeah, um, me and uh, Marty Rosian were tied for first,
Mm.
and Marty Rosian was playing black against Pragg. So I thought if I win this game, it should be I should be winning a clear first. So
Yeah, no tie breaks
uh,
as you tweeted, because tie breaks
uh,
means always
okay, I
risky.
didn't tweet, but okay.
Your team tweeted.
Yeah, my dad.
Your dad. Okay. So, but you don't even look. You don't even look at social media.
Well, sometimes my father shows if there's something funny, but I don't look at it myself.
Only thing you look at is sometimes YouTube. Yes, some clips channel or something.
Yeah, clips I watch, and some try not to laugh, something like that.
Try not to laugh challenge and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hmm. Nice. Okay. So here you're playing against Viktor Mikhalevski,
Mhm.
and he played the Grunfeld. Kind of, it was anti
Yeah,
Grunfeld.
not proper Grenfell, but
Yeah. And what is it with you and the H pawn? I think you like it a lot, right?
yeah, recently started. I mean, I've always liked it, but recently I started getting a lot of chances to
Hmm.
play this H pawn advances.
Yeah.
It
Like this
seems,
one.
I mean, it's
And
just a very interesting and trendy way of.
have you studied it? It's just that you play because you know just the perfect time to push h6. You know your game with Karthik Venkatraman also here. Then there's also one more game which I want to see with you. So edge pawn push is something which I think you understand quite well. Even if I remember right, there was this line in Queen's Gambit maybe, or the Vienna game, where you have this h4 you played in the last round of the Challengers Chess Tour, I guess, something like that.
Against Pragg, that was.
Yes, against
It
Pragg,
was in the
h4.
penultimate round, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a very important win.
that was
That was also.
a novelty, I think, at that point, or something like that. Some new
Yeah, it
idea.
was no.
So you are always looking at some h4 ideas everywhere.
Well, everybody is looking at this.
Yeah, everyone's looking for it. So take e5, e3.
Yeah,
Well,
so actually, until knight c6, there was a title Tuesday game Pragg and Mikhalevski, which I was not aware of. Because the thing is, after h4, Mikhalevski started with knight c6.
hmm.
And here he started with the correct mode, bishop g7, h5, knight c6.
Hmm.
So, but I was still aware of this position. There was a game, I think, Girish Widler or something,
Okay.
which was a very interesting idea. So the point is, after bishop f5, uh, white has a very, very nice move, rook h4.
Oh,
So
with the
there
idea
is
of
some
e4.
complicated lines. And I thought this was a good line to play in a must-win. I mean, um, yeah, a kind
It
of
can it
must-win.
can go like very crazy, yeah, like something like this.
Yeah, something like this.
Amazing. So he went takes e5. You played
And from here,
e3.
I was on my own.
Hmm. Bishop e2 takes. Knight b4.
Yeah, I
Bishop
think
d2.
this was not a very good idea for him to take on d4.
Yeah, there is tension
And
here. Uh, Maybe
yeah,
rook
it's
e8 or
I
something.
yeah, some rook 8, bishop g4, something like that.
Hmm.
So
Knight
take
b4.
knight b4. What he said he missed was that after c5, he said he was kind of freeing himself, but he missed that after rook 7, b6. I could just go a3 and take the pawn.
Which is what happened in the game.
Yeah,
But
so it was just
you
a free pawn.
you took bishop b7, and now comes the Gukesh touch here, h6. How did you
I
decide to
think
play h6 here and not on any of the previous moves? You know, you could have done it so many other places.
um, okay, it doesn't make a huge difference because the pawn on h5 black never really can take on h5.
Hmm.
So I always keep the option open of taking on g6 or playing h6 and fixing the pawn. So after bishop b7, I thought like I've already won a pawn, and so now I have to just castle and um, develop my pieces. So I didn't see a point in exchanging a lot of pawns. So and
So
also
you kept
h6 keeps
h6.
the back
Hmm.
rank weak.
Always, always. Yeah, there are always threats on the back rank and on the dark squares. So queen e7, queen c2, rook d8, rook c1, queen f8. Now he's trying to win this pawn, but it always comes at a big cost. Knight to g5. He cannot
If
take
he
it.
takes, then knight f7 is true.
Knight f7 takes.
Queen b3 and rook d7. There is okay, a lot of moves, but rook c7.
Oof, nice. Wow. The way you say moves, Gukesh, it seems like even brilliant moves look normal. You're like, oh yeah, it's a rook c7, is knight f7, just
Okay, I
take.
calculated it during the games.
So great one. Queen e7, e4, and he played bishop to d4.
Yeah,
And
he was just trying to complicate the game, but okay, it was already lost.
Here you took. Now he must take g5, or if he takes on e2.
Actually, I calculated a nice line here. Queen
Hmm.
e2. There are a lot of winning options, but I saw rook e1,
Hmm. Oops, sorry, rook e1.
queen h5,
Yeah.
knight e4.
Hmm.
Okay, bishop e5 is kind of main move.
Hmm.
And okay, still a lot of options, but bishop f4 I saw.
Oh, nice.
And if he takes on d5, uh, I think rook c5 is very strong. Um, Not sure if I'm remembering it correct, but
Hmm.
I was seeing something like this, and
So if he
it was
takes
like
here, there is always knight f6, and
yeah.
if he takes here, then there is rook e5. No, wait, queen is
No,
hanging. So
queen
queen
e5,
e4.
queen e5.
And he loses material. Okay, got it. So he took on g5 with the bishop. You went
Yeah.
takes, and now for the final touch in the game, I think I'll ask the viewers to pause and figure out how did Gukesh win the La Roda tournament with this next
Actually,
move.
I should have answered the previous question better. Yeah.
Which one?
Why did I play h6? That was because of this position. I saw it there.
You saw 10 moves ahead, and that's how h6 happened, and queen b2 is the double attack on the bishop, and g7 mate. Beautiful. So this victory gave you like the tournament, and I think this was your first tournament victory of 2022.
Yeah.
So that meant a lot to you. And then you went to Menorca. Although the tournament in itself would not be so big, like so, it's the prize money was pretty small, right? First prize was
Mhm.
1600 euros and so on. I think the Indian contingent made it a very strong event, even perhaps even stronger than the national championship.
Okay, national championship was probably stronger.
No, I mean in terms of like Adhiban there, Setu Raman, there was Arjun, Nihal, yourself, at least the top seeds, there were so many.
Uh, yeah.
I mean overall
In the
strength.
national championships, I think Nihal was missing. Yeah. So
Ah,
yeah, maybe it
okay.
was.
Ah, they were already there, yeah? Right, right. Adhiban, Setu, everyone played. Nihal wasn't
Yeah.
there. And Aryan Chopra was also there, I think, in national championship.
Yeah, in nationals. Yeah, we
Yes,
played in the last round.
correct, correct. So actually, it was like somehow like the national championship. Um,
Yeah,
and you
national championship mixed with some Armenian players.
who made it slightly strong. Marty Rosian was there. But what was your favorite game from this event that you played?
Um, Probably my fourth round game against uh, Andreas Heimann,
Yeah, he's a strong GM. I think from Germany, if I'm not mistaken.
Germany.
And it's surprising that he played the same line that you played against Karthik Venkatraman. You were black. And this all has been covered. I've also made a video on it when Guki learned from Giri. And I did
No,
he
that
know?
game was different. Yeah. It went rook c1, rook b8, and then knight c3 h5.
No, it was not true. No, it was the same.
Was it the same?
Yeah, of course. You played Rook B8 later. That was the main move. Like you were waiting for him to take on C6. You played Rook B8.
Oh, even during the game, I thought knight c3 was a new move.
No, no. Knight
I
C3 was
forgot.
your game with Karthik. It went the same.
Oh,
Everything is same. And here, at this point, he played Rook C1 and instead of B3. So this was
okay.
the change.
So rook c1, I went rook b8. Yeah.
Yeah, Rook C1. You first went H4. Then he took and B3. And here you
Okay.
pushed, of course, the Gukesh touch, Bishop H1. And then I loved this move a lot, Rook B8.
Yeah,
The idea is
that
to
was very good.
let him take, and then go d4 bishop b7. So
Yeah.
I learnt a lot from that game, but I
It
think
was, you
yeah.
should learn from, I mean, you must say you learned from Giri. I learned from Giri, and yeah,
Yeah, I could, I saw that game that you played, and then I told you that it was an excellent game, and then you told me that it was with it Giri. Then I saw that game,
yeah.
and then I made this. I will also ask Anish from where he got inspired for that move. Maybe the story still continues.
That was probably he learned from computer and I learned from him probably.
Or maybe he learned from some great player in the past, and we might go till Alec Hine or something like that. Who knows? But
No, I don't think they play they played this line in Alakand.
but b3 h4 takes. Were you surprised that he was repeating this line, or
No, actually, because he's in general he doesn't play a lot of Catalan. Although in this tournament he was playing. Um, he general doesn't play Catalan very often. And okay, if you don't know this line, I thought it was kind of hard line to play, and then it was a double round also, so um, he might not have prepared. I
hmm,
mean, prepared he might not have seen that Karthik games.
right? So of course Gukesh touch with h3, and he played bishop f3,
Hmm.
knight g4. You want your knight to come to e5 and then bishop g4. Is
Yeah,
that the point?
yeah, that's the point.
Okay.
But I'm sacking 2 pawns for it, but I'll get a lot of.
So like take knight e5. If he takes on a8, then there is knight
Take
f3
on f.
here, and you,
Queen e7 is very strong.
yeah, you are better because his light squares are very weak.
Yeah,
So queen takes d5, and you'll take
Queen
here, then
f6.
you'll take here. So queen f6,
Yeah.
and if bishop goes back, then you have bishop g4,
Then I just go bishop g4.
and
And if he
bi-
goes f4, I think I have rook a.
Mhm.
And same with bishop e4 also.
Yeah, when
Instead of bishop h1,
yeah,
if you had gone bishop e4, it's still the same. Bishop g4, f4, rook a.
right. Oops, sorry, rook 88. So he played queen c6. He took. Oh, this happened in the game.
Yeah, tap.
Oh, he took here. Wow, that was brave by him. Bishop
No,
e2.
because he didn't really have an option, yeah. Because if
Well,
I get knight e5, queen f6 for free, then I'm clearly better.
kind of yes. Yeah, you're right. So take here, here. Bishop e2,
Bishop e-
and now you went
And
bishop g4.
like it was all only moves, I think. At least that's what I thought. Take, rook f1. And here my initial idea was rook f8 actually. To stop queen e4 and then to go rook a d8, so that the queen doesn't have a good square on this diagonal.
Hmm.
But later I realized that there's just queen h5, I'm losing the script.
The Gukesh pawn cannot be lost. Important pawn to keep. So
Yeah, so and if I try some discovery like knight e5, I mean those things were not working. No, I mean rook f8, queen h5, knight he just takes knight f3, king h1, and queen g.
and then the queen comes here, so you can't set up anything on this diagonal. Um, so rook a d8 you played, queen e4,
And if queen h5 um, here, then I go queen f3.
threatening
Queen
mate.
takes h3.
Yeah.
I played rook d2. I mean, sorry, I saw rook d2. I'm threatening to take on f2. So if queen j2, I take and play knight e3.
Oh no. You always have some tricks, yeah, because of this. This pawn is so
The position had
costly.
tricks.
Yeah, that pawn is always costly. You win it, but you lose a lot.
Yeah.
So that is amazing.
Okay, if I lose the pawn, then okay, I'm 3 pawns down. I
Yeah.
have to do something.
So in a way, this is your main compensation. I just want to tell people that it was very similar to what happened in his game with Karthik, because if you look here, even in that game, uh, there was this kind of this position where the entire compensation is because of this pawn and this back rank issues. So that is the same concept which is also flowing in this game. So he played here rook a8, queen e4, knight e5, f4.
Yeah, because f4 I mean, generally he wouldn't prefer to play, but I'm threatening knight f3. So,
Yes. So you went knight g4. Now your rook can anytime penetrate to d2. So
mhm.
he has to play f5, attacking the knight. So queen g5.
And like queen g5, I was initially worried of rook f4.
Hmm.
Uh, like I was seeing some lines like rook f8, rook g4,
Hmm.
queen f6,
Hmm.
and it defends with queen b1.
Hmm.
Maybe I have something after rook d2, but uh, okay, shouldn't be shouldn't be working, I think.
Hmm. You know what
So
engine
after rook
gives the evaluation of this position?
0.0.
Minus plus 4 point.
Oh,
But
okay.
but only one line. Uh,
Uh-huh.
I mean, rook d2 is the only move. Of course, rook d2 is the only move. Otherwise,
Yeah.
everything is equal. Equal, yeah. Even though if you don't play rook d2, this is also equal.
Oh,
So I'm very surprised. Actually, I'm
your
telling you,
queen looks really awkward
this
on.
pawn is worth one piece, and this knight is worth one pawn. So
Yeah.
something like that here.
Yeah, it's this line. I mean, this position is basically because of the h3 pawn and knight on a4.
Absolutely. So queen f4, you went queen h5, you
Queen
went
h5. I mean, queen f4, I always had a draw. So when I was going for this pawn sacrifices, I just saw that queen f4, I at least have a draw with rook d2. And if I want to try, I can always try.
Hmm. Ah, you mean that if here he plays, you could have drawn with rook d2,
Yeah,
takes,
queen
check,
g5, rook g.
and draw. But here, when he stopped rook d2, you came up with a great move. When did you see this move?
Actually, when I played knight g4, I saw till here and I thought that I'll just go rook d4 and I mean it still should be better. And if I okay, why if I want a draw, I can always take a draw.
Hmm.
So after I reached this position, I spent some time and then I found this g5.
Amazing move, man. What a move. Because you're forcing
Yeah.
him away from this diagonal here. Um,
Okay, if he has to protect the d2 square, then he has to go queen c1 and then
First, you can't
take
take, because if you take, then
fg4.
this just opens up the rook.
Also, I saw some nice line here. I think he can go queen c7.
Hmm.
I can't take and play rook d2 because he'll mate me before that. Mate me with queen c8.
Yeah, queen f7 also.
Yeah, queen f7. But queen c7, I think knight e5 is very strong.
Yeah.
Also, knight e3 might be winning, but I saw knight e5.
No, this is a really strong 95,
Yeah.
and
And okay, this is just a loss.
winning for black. So that's the reason why after g5 he went queen f3. If he went
Yeah,
queen
actually, I missed
c1,
this resource. Sorry?
if he went queen c1,
Queen c1, I was planning rook d4.
rook d4 with doubling
And
on the d5.
yeah, doubling and also attacking the e4 pawn. And
Hmm.
he's definitely not in time to protect everything.
Also, you have some ideas like take this?
King h2, queen e2, king h3, and just rook d2. Yeah, this should also.
Yeah, that was also possible. But he went queen f3, and you said you missed this.
Yeah, I actually missed this resource that he could go queen f3, rook d2 I saw, but I missed that he has knight b6.
But now you checked here, takes, here,
Yeah.
takes. And now
And
comes
for a long
another.
time I could not find a win.
Because you would love to bring this rook, no, in the game.
Yeah, but he always blocks. Right? If I play rook d8, he goes knight d5. And rook c8, he just goes queen g4.
Hmm. Hmm.
Rook.
Oops, sorry.
Wait, is this really winning? No, but okay, at least he'll, if instead of queen g4, he can go knight e7 next.
Yeah, he can go 97. Of course, this was a big blunder, rook c8. No, not to play. But you found a great move here, which is knight f6. Not easy because it's a backward move.
I thought
You're exchanging the queens.
Yeah, I thought the rook ending should be draw, but he was low on time and I still keep some chances. So knight d5, queen f3, knight f6. Yeah, take. And I think here he made a mistake. Here he should have, at least what I thought was he should have played rook g1. Yeah, so rook g1, if I get g4, it will be really good. But g4, he just goes rook f4.
Take.
No, instead of taking.
Yeah.
g4, just rook f4 and I'm not in time.
Correct. This is looking good. But you can take and play rook e8.
Yeah, like let's say rook e3. Rook e3 and then I go g4.
Yeah. Your pawns are just amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe this was maybe king h2 for him.
Yeah, maybe it's still winning.
And he can't take because of
I
g4.
can't take because g4.
Right. Okay, so g4.
Yeah, maybe it was just winning.
He took here.
Okay, so and is this Persian lost or?
Yeah, it is showing completely lost.
And I think here it was important to play king g7 because if I had gone king e5, then I think f6 was very strong. And now the g5 pawn is really weak. The king is open to some checks. Maybe it still might be winning, but I'm giving him a lot of counter.
Right.
So king g7, rook h5, 6 rook h2. Yeah, rook h2.
Nice move.
Yeah, this is just winning.
And in the end, he did get your key pawn on b4, but he lost the key pawn on f5 and
actually in the end there was fun interesting moment, I think. Rook b7. Yeah, this is all winning. Yeah. After that, I think there was a possibility that I still could have made a mistake.
How?
So f4.
No,
even after that.
you did this.
Yeah. So rook b2, king f1, and I think here it was important to play g3 because if let's say I played f3, I think this is a draw because let's say rook c8. I saw some similar ending with
H and G pawns, right?
in one of these Vaka classes, yeah, with Yusuf Poster.
But with H and G pawns, not with the G and F pawns. There's a Kasparian study on this, right?
Yeah, that is different, but
Hmm.
even this I'm not sure. Or let's say take.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure if it's a draw or a win, but I didn't want to take that risk. So rook c4,
Check.
rook b1, king f2, rook b2, king f1, rook g2, and let's say rook c6. And it was not very clear to me how I'm making through this.
Like this, maybe?
Rook c4. Okay.
We can't go king f2, g3, so then your king comes up.
Yeah, king f2. Maybe that's why it's important. Maybe that's why G and H is
So there's no side file, yeah,
yeah.
to come up. Awesome. g3. Okay, this you
Okay, so
easily.
this is just easy.
And you won. So great game, actually amazing game. Yeah, would you call this is like one of your best games recent times? Not bad, right? So many tricks.
Yeah, probably.
Hmm. And the last round with Adhiban also you won quite easily. It was not very complicated.
Yeah, he showed some prep in the opening which I was not aware of, but
It didn't look like a
then he
very
displayed it.
threatening opening, right? Because you played it easily.
Yeah, he had some chances to get a decent game, I think.
Hmm.
This h6 I was not expecting. I was expecting King's Indian, but not this h6 line.
Yeah. With Adhiban
In
last
Grand Slams
round,
I had lost a game.
you usually can expect King's Indian, right? He always plays for a win. He's fighting, so.
Yeah, he also plays Grunfeld and Semislav,
Hmm.
but because it's the last round, I was expecting King.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this. I mean, for me, it's like particularly the moment where you go and snatch this pawn was very interesting because because there that is where is the key moment. If he can trap your bishop, it reminds us of this Fischer Spassky match. But I don't think he can.
yeah. I spent some 10 minutes here to calculate, and the bishop was not getting trapped. So.
Hmm.
And here it was. I think G4 was the critical.
Yeah, did you worry about it?
Yeah, when I played Bishop A7, I saw this.
Hmm.
And Bishop G2 is the only move.
Hmm.
So there was an interesting line: Gf3, Bishop F3, Knight F3, Queen F3, Bishop D4. Let's say Knight D4, Rook D6. Initially, I thought Rook F2 should be winning, uh, but he has Queen D8, and it's not very clear.
Queen?
Queen Queen D8,
Ah.
Queen F7, King H8, and maybe Rook F1 still wins,
Yeah.
but okay. I just saw uh, rookies. I mean Knight F5
Yes,
instead of
that
Rook
is
F.
the strongest here. King H8.
After I saw Knight F5, it was easy.
Yeah, here knight F5. If he takes, then check and
Mm-hmm.
mate. So, but in the game he went bishop F8, and I think he missed
Which
this
was he just missed Bishop
bishop
C3.
C3 when you
What he
recover.
might have missed was the Rook D1, Bishop A5, and Bishop H3. I have Bishop E1.
Hmm. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, with that, you also won this tournament, Menorca, but you also pumped up your rating to 2660. Happy with that?
Yeah,
It's I remember that at some point Everyone was very impressed with the way Ali Reza was gaining rating, and he reached 2800 at the age of 18. You are not even 16, and you have reached 2660. So it can be something that can be, you could also reach sooner 2800 than him.
Yeah, I'll try.
Gukesh like, okay, I'll try. Yeah, just two words there. But how do you feel about the overall? Were you trying anything for the Olympiad? These tournaments you're playing to pump up your rating for the Olympiad team.
Well, in general, I just play a lot, so it's not
Hmm.
really aimed at the Olympiad. But yeah, if I get a chance, then yeah, playing Olympiad is a great honor. And
You will get a
yeah,
chance. The question is whether in the first team or the second team,
yeah,
because India will field at least two teams in the Olympiad.
yeah.
So you might
So
you might get a chance in the first team as well with your current rating.
yeah, I'll wait for the team to be announced. I'm happy to play the Olympiad, any team, either the first team or second team.
Right, right. And what is next for you now, Gukesh?
I'm playing in Formentera, starting starting on 29.
Hmm. And after that,
And after that, I'll go back home.
really, that is that is a surprise that you are coming back. I think you've been playing for how many tournaments now? Almost, or not
Not
much.
many actually. Just this the Menorca was third.
Third one.
Formentera will be fourth.
Okay, only four tournaments till now, which is a short trip for Gukesh's standards because he often is like on this 10, 12 trip,
My
10, 12 tournament.
record is 13 or 14.
30, oh, like 6 months or 5 months at a stretch.
Yeah, 4.5 months. That will be quite hard to break, even
Yeah.
for myself.
Yeah, let's hope that you don't have to break that ever because I think you can only do it when you're 12 years old. After that, it becomes 12 or 13. After that, it's very tough to.
No, I did it at 15.
Ah, really?
Yeah, it was in 2021. July to, I don't know,
Acha, it was this last year.
July. Yeah, 2021.
Ah,
From World Cup, I started and I
right,
ended
right,
it
right,
in
right.
Grand Swiss.
Correct, correct. Yeah, yeah. Amazing. Are you also following right now Pragnananda's tournament at Champions Chess Tour?
Yeah, yeah, I'm following.
Are you surprised with the way he is crushing everyone like two and half half? He beat Fen Forest, Mamedyarov,
Yeah.
Le Quang Liem.
Okay, Pragg is just a good player. I mean, he's capable of playing very high level chess, and he's in a good form right now. So yeah, it's completely. I mean, it's not a huge surprise.
It's not a huge, and the thing is that for me personally, or let's say for the viewers, it's like you, Pragnananda, maybe Nihal, Raunak, Arjun, all of you are kind of similar level of players. So when one starts beating top players like this, it feels like, I mean, I didn't think that it would be so soon. Like I knew that you guys would start beating, like Pragnananda beating all these players in a match format is not something that is expected like right now, because there's also rating difference, right? You are all 2650 approx and they are 2750. So that 100 elo points does mean something or not?
Well, okay. Uh, I think it's quite clear that we are all highly underrated. So, we are capable of playing much better. We are also capable of playing um, like playing very badly, but our highest level, I think it's if we are at our best, I think we can play at an elite level easily. So, yeah, for me, it's not a huge surprise, and also Pragg is very good at rapid. And it's, yeah, and he has been playing a lot of meltwater events. So
Hmm.
by now he has. Uh, Yes, gotten used to playing this top player. And I think it's okay. It's obviously a great result, but I would not say it's a shock.
Yeah, very nicely put there. And Gukesh, we wish you good luck for your last tournament of the trip. I hope that you
Yeah,
win that as well. But and also we are looking forward to seeing you in the action in the Olympiad later this year. So good luck for that.
yeah. Thank you.